Mind your backs, please. Mind your back.
Hugh Edwards' guilty plea relating to the most serious category of images of child sexual abuse raises questions for the BBC. Its Director General Tim Davie was told of Edwards' arrest in November, but continued to pay him for another 5 months. Yesterday, the BBC said it was shocked, but you knew about this in November of last year when Hugh Edwards was arrested. You knew it related to child abuse, and you didn't sack him. Why?
Well, we were very shocked, and that's the first thing I want to say, which is no one knew about the specifics of what we heard over the last few days, which has been deeply disturbing. Now, when it comes to the decision that we made in November, when we were obviously faced with, I think, a very difficult decision, actually, and we considered it very carefully. The police came to us and gave us information that they had arrested Mr. Edwards, but they wanted to be assured of total confidence. And the reason they rang us at that point was to ensure that, and it's a technical process, which is to ensure employees are protected.
You're worried about the welfare of Hugh Edwards. What about the welfare of the children?
Well, we're absolutely, the primary thoughts here are always for victims of these terrible situations. And
so why not just sack him?
Because, quite simply, the police came to us and said, look, we need to do our work in total confidence.
It would have been still confidential and you could have sacked him.
I think you're then into a different argument, which is it fair to sack someone, and is the right action at that?
You had a raft of complaints about him. You had the Sun story, and you had this.
When the police, and I put, if you think about this in terms of precedent, people do get arrested, and then we've had situations where no charges and there's nothing there to be followed up on. In this case, we knew it was serious. We knew no specifics, by the way.
Those specifics? Images sent to Edwards by convicted paedophile 25-year-old Alex Williams from Merthyr Tydfil. Several of the worst level of child abuse. Hugh Edwards, meanwhile, has a large BBC pension and earned £200,000 in the months after his arrest.
We can't claw back pension. I think when it comes to pay, again, legally challenging, but we'll look at all options.
In relation to Hugh Edwards, look, I'm shocked and appalled, I'm sure, as everybody is in relation to this.
The Prime Minister. The government's also been asking questions today. Hugh Edwards. What did people know? What did they do? David Solito, BBC News.